Hi Scorpio, welcome to Sugar Free. This is your autumn equinox flash tarot read. This day of perfect balance, of light and dark, of yin and yang, of hot and cold, of something and nothing. All balances out perfectly today, 22nd of September 2018. So I'm going to do a major arcana reading with two cards, one for the light, one for the dark. You do not get one of these without the other. Things can only exist in the space in which they exist. So the yang is the thing, the yin is the space within the thing. The yang is the light, the yin is the darkness. The power of light is that when it comes, it overpowers everything. The weakness of light is that it doesn't stay. It goes away again. The power of darkness is that it is always there. It is simply covered up for a while when the light is there. And when the light withdraws, the darkness is revealed. So they both have their strengths and their weaknesses. They are not polar opposites. They are fundamentally different in nature, but you do not get one without the other. So, perfect balance today. One last shuffle. Yeah, 2 card major arcana, and then one from the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle. Okay, here's your last shuffle, Scorpio. And here is your last cut. Okay, and here are your cards. Star in reverse and Hangman. Okay. Well, because the Hangman here is in the position of yang, light, action being brought to bear on this space, I would say that it's less about doing nothing and more about actively changing your perspective. This is not about being in the tree. This is about going up into the tree to hang upside down for a while. This is a decision. And I have to say, I'm not surprised, because the space in which this action is being brought to bear is not a particularly happy one. I mean, for me, the star in reverse is the card of depression. I have come to see depression as the thing that grows up in the space between what is and what we wish was. It's what fills the gap between reality and unfulfilled fantasy. And it's a result of disengagement with reality. And that's all depression is disengagement with reality. It is possible to spend one's time and bend one's inner attention away from reality, away from the present, away from presence, into the future, which can seem full of anxiety and fear and the unknown, and a negative appraisal of the unknown, and back into the past with regrets and resentments and all of that. But the actual facts of the matter is that neither past nor future exist anywhere other than in the mind. And the only reality we have is right here, right now. And right here, right now, you know, as long as you are not in physical pain, you know, more often than not, right here, right now, all is well. You know, if you have a ceiling over your head so you are not in the rain, You have some sustenance in your belly, so you are not hungry and you are not in physical pain. As long as those three things are fulfilled. This is going to sound terribly arrogant, but there is actually nothing wrong. The things that seem wrong are simply going on inside the mind. And that's why, you know, regrets about the past, anxiety about the future result in depression in the present, because you're not really here. And that, to me, is what the star in reverse is about. So the active principle being brought to bear today is a decision to disengage from this disengagement and see things from another perspective. In many depictions of the tarot, or in many versions of the tarot, sorry, the hanged man is depicted with a halo around his head. And that is indicative of real thought, real contemplation, but from a completely different angle. So that's the active energy for the day. And I would say that is highly advisable in the context of the space in which we find ourselves here. Let's see what Kuan Yin has to say. I do hope that didn't sound too harsh, all that. I mean, depression is a pretty ubiquitous condition these days, but it can be very liberating to see that thoughts, unpleasant thoughts about the past and unpleasant thoughts about the future, they are unpleasant and they are simply thoughts. They don't actually exist in objective material form in the world. And as such, they can be changed like that. Okay, let's see what Kuan has to say. Right. Haha! Fantastic. Blessing to begin. Blessing to begin, Scorpio. Blessing to begin. And if you are beginning to see things in a different way, represented here by the active principle in this reading of the hangman, there is a blessing in that. And I really, really would say that is the order of the day. And I don't mean that as an order. You know, that is the top item on the menu today when the star in reverse is the yin space in which we find ourselves. Begin to see things in a different way if you can, and great, great blessings will flow from that. Right, I'm going to leave it there, Scorpio. I do hope that resonates. I do wish you well. The October readings will be up soon, so please keep an eye out for them, and I'll see you again for another reading. All best, my loves. Cheers, bye-bye.